Hello, friends. Hope you're all doing well. Today, I was thinking about a conversation that I had probably like a last week or 2 weeks ago. Um, I was about to be sick, and I felt like I was going down. I said, "Well, let me just take a day off before the sickness comes and settles in." So, um, the condo that I'm in has a pool down here, and there was a festival. For anyone that listens to electronic music, it was the Ultra Music Festival down here in Miami. And so there's a ton of young people in town, a bunch of people who are muscular in shape, yada yada, good looking people, right? So, anyways, we were in jacuzzi after a long day at the pool, and people just are talking about things. And I found myself at one point, like I oftentimes do, it was a jacuzzi full of like 9 people, and I'm just like giving this speech on fitness. I'm always trying to be pro fitness, pro passion, and spread the gospel of what we do, macros, training, whatever. I'm always trying to help people. And so, anyways, at some point in the conversation, as usual, 2 people, I think, in my opinion, 2 out of 10 times, you always meet a group of people and they'll say, I want to do what you do. I want to make videos. I want to help people. I want to train people online and do things like that. So, one of the conversations that I had was with this young man from Texas. He had looked phenomenal, great physique. He did some time in jail though. I think he did 6 years or 7 years, something like that. And in our conversation, the end result of everything that I was telling him and helping him with, he said, "Okay, but I just feel like I need to prove something to myself, or I just feel like I need to get better before I go out there and do something." This is like the biggest myth I think ever, in my personal opinion, and I think it's like the biggest. Uh, if I had to define what I believe self-sabotage is, it's this: it's not believing that your shit is good enough right now, not believing that what you have in front of you is not good enough right now. It's like the biggest lie I believe that we tell ourselves, and it's also the biggest thing that sabotages us and keeps us back from working on it. So what this young man is in, and and I'm speaking from my own experience, is that anytime I try to start something new, or anytime I try to start something that's underdeveloped, you have to just get started. And oftentimes, in the whole course of a day, just getting out of bed and tying your shoes, it might be the hardest part, right? That might not come very naturally to a lot of people. So you have to sort of force it and brood it. But one thing that I think makes forcing it and brooding it through and getting yourself the encouragement to get up and make it happen is a lack of belief that it's worth working on. And I believe that comes from people believing that what they have is not worthy of being worked on because it's not good enough yet. Oftentimes, I'll find myself, even in my own reality, let's say. So I'm recently back to YouTube within the last few weeks, making regular videos, and I'll find myself making a video, editing a video, and then so suddenly I'll stop what I'm doing and I'll be watching someone else's stuff, someone who's like 5 million in deep. You're just watching Mr. Beats videos or something. Like, they're so good, right? They're so much better than what I'm doing. And then I think in the world of that young man, and even the world of myself, and the world and a lot of us, uh, I'm not good enough yet is the biggest lie and the biggest attractor we tell ourselves. Now, obviously, in my case, right, my video here, it's not as exciting to watch my own stuff as it is, let's say, Mr. Beast, right? There's a dissonance in talent. There's a dissonance in hours put in. There's a dissonance in experience. There's a dissonance in natural talent, content, the whole thing. His stuff is better than my stuff. And believe that dissonance can really throw us all off and think that just because someone's stuff, time, experience, hours in the game is better than yours, that it makes you get distracted or makes you feel that yours is not worthy of getting started. The hardest part, I believe, to this and to convincing yourself that your stuff is worth it is work until you make it exciting. Work until you make yours seem appealing to want to be around. If you're working on your own thing and you feel that it's not good enough to present to the world, or if you feel like it's not strong enough yet, or it doesn't hold your own attention because it's not as well built up enough, do something that excites you then. Right, this is the sort of the journey that you get to all eventually making something that's big and making something that's exciting. This to me is the number one issue that I see in what I do. Professionally, I make a living by coaching people. I build their lives. I transform people's lives. People come to me and they say things like, "I want to feel good in my body. I want my wife to feel positive about me. I wanted my kids to be look at me and think I'm in shit." Right? All types of issues. People come to me that are life transformative if we can get these things right. The biggest issue, though, that I see with this, very similar to like that man in the pool or with myself, or with any of us, is that it fucking sucks what we have to work on. If you are on day one, yours isn't going to be as exciting. Putting in 4 hours on your work is not going to be as exciting to look at a blank slate as it is to just go watch LeBron play on the Lakers. Right? It's much more exciting to watch something or to consume something that's already developed. It's much more exciting to go on and be a part of a community that's already big, that's already blown up, that's already developed, as opposed to spending time on your one lowly unit that you, one, believe doesn't have much value to be worked on, and two, is not good enough yet. So how do we overcome this? Well, if I'm being completely honest with you, I don't think you have to eliminate watching other people's things. I don't think you have to eliminate, knowing that your stuff isn't good enough yet. But I think the truth is, acknowledge that you suck. Acknowledge that I actually am not where I need to be. Acknowledge that, yes, there is a dissonance between where I want to be and who I am today. But you have to earn who you want to be eventually, and you have to eventually do something, and you have to continue showing up. So instead of, in my opinion, showing up and trying to make it a place that you enjoy, showing up and try to make it a place that you know is like my favorite thing in the world to do, it's not going to start that way. Your first 6 months of weight loss might just suck, might just be miserable. You're right in that it sucks, but you're not right for long, right? There's a transformative effect with consistency. There's a transformative effect with work. It may only cost you a year of showing up bored, a year of showing up uninterested in your own stuff, and you rather be around something else instead of your own. But that's just a small price you pay. Not all things in life are money in terms of transactional fees. Sometimes a thing is you have to pay in boringness for a certain amount of time. Sometimes you have to pay in a lack of excitingness over the project for a period of time. All these phases, they're sort of part of it, right? There are lows and there are highs. And just because your stuff isn't riding the high doesn't mean that you can't put forth your best effort into it, and it's not worth committing to. So the idea that you're not good enough yet, it's true. You're not good enough yet. But even further true, more so true than that, is that is true, but there are things that you have to do in terms of how you react to that and what we do to sort of process that. It's not good enough to simply have a hard stop and say, this project sucks, this project isn't worth working on. That's the wrong reaction. This project sucks, acknowledge it, accept that it sucks, acknowledge that it's not that great yet, that you don't really want to spend a ton of time here, that you'd rather spend time somewhere else. That's perfectly fine. That's totally fine. But the real reality is, show up and let it suck. People have kids and they're screaming their heads off at fucking 2 in the morning, 4 in the morning, 6 in the morning, didn't sleep all night. Right? It sucks. It sucks. But it's worth it, right? Eventually they get through it. Eventually they say, I'm glad I did it. I didn't give up. And it compounded into something else. So if what you're doing now sucks, if you're not committed to what you're doing now because you feel it's not good enough, and it's just kind of sitting there underdeveloped on its lonesome without much attention and focus from you because it fucking sucks and you want to be there, put in some sucky hours. Put in some time of just saying, I'm going to balance how I have my fun, balance how I enjoy myself, but I'm going to go sit silently and suffer and grieve in the state of a thing that I don't like. And I guarantee you that eventually, if you stay consistent, if you keep throwing pennies in the bank at it, eventually it'll look like $1 million and you'll want to love it and have it and protect it and show it off to everyone on the highlight reel that is social media. So if you feel that whatever you have is not good enough yet, you're right today. It's not good enough yet. But the only way you're going to get it to something that's good enough is by doing a temporary run of being and living and embracing something that's not good enough yet. And in time, it'll hit a tipping point or it's your favorite thing, whether it be a physique, whether it be a business, whether it be raising kids, whatever it may be. Not good enough today, but it will be with time. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for watching the video. If you liked the video, please like the video. Please leave a comment. I've really been enjoying the dialogue and the conversations that I've been having around these videos. I always got to talk about coaching at the end of these videos. I coach full time. A lot of these ideas that I get from this are from actual live things that happen in my coaching or things that happen in real life. And I really like to take a perspective in coaching that deals with emotional intelligence and having communication with my athletes, that not only are we doing our X's and our O's and calculating volume and all those things, but we're also having real breakthrough in who you are as a person and getting you fucking somewhere. So, okay. That's it. Love to hear more from you. If you're interested in coaching, please reach out. That's all from me now. Have a good day, morning, weekend, wherever you are in this reality. Work on your shit that sucks and make it great in perpetuity. All right. Thank you, friends.